Welcome to Bloody Flicks. I'm your host, Pete.
I'm Kyle, and we talk about all things bloody.
And today we're going to review the movie
Terrifier 2 from 2022.
Terrifier 2. Ooh, look at it. The steelbook does give a lot of reflection there, so sorry. Terrifier 2 movie that I watched, which I did take me 5 years to watch, like the last movie, because it took me a while to watch the first one. And then I told you to watch it.
Yep, and I watched it through Screenbox because I got a free 30-day trial.
I just paid $3 and rented it. But
Yeah,
I knew I wasn't buying it anyway, but I wanted to watch it.
I figured why spend the $3 because if I don't like it, I'll just get the 30-day free trial, and if I don't like Screenbox, I can just cancel it. So
I knew I was going to buy it, but I just wanted to watch it. And then for our end-of-year reviews and stuff, just to kind of see if it's in our top 5 or top 10 or whatnot. But anyway, I made you watch it.
Yep.
So what did you think of Terrifier 2? Because the first one to you was just okay.
Yep.
And it was decent for me. What did you think of Terrifier 2? With Art the Clown coming back.
Well, first I'll give you my likes. I like that Damon Leone is a special effects guy, and he likes to use practical effects. So I did like that part. The kills are a lot better in this movie than the first movie. This movie actually even has a better final girl than the last movie. I like Art the Clown. He does a lot more with that character this time around too. I think as the more movies they make, Art the Clown will get better. Like, he is one sadistic motherfucker, I'll tell you that. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have for likes. Now, like, my dislikes.
Should I do my likes first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Copy?
Yep.
All right, my likes about the movie. I was worried it was going to be too long of a movie. 2 hours and I think 18 minutes,
Yeah.
I believe. But the movie flowed pretty good because of all the nonstop killing in it. So if you like movie, a lot of killing, this is the movie for you. So the movie actually flew by pretty quick. They didn't need it to be that long. So hopefully the third one's not that long. Because you're kind of like just... But that was a surprise. That was a plus. That it was actually flew pretty good. I did like seeing cameos of Felissa Rose and who's the goddamn wrestler? Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Chris Jericho.
But you have to wait till the end of the credits to see Chris Jericho. I didn't find Jason Lively in it, so I'm going to have to rewatch it for Jason Lively, my man. I did not see him. I don't know if he was in the dream scene where the girl's having the dream sequence where he's doing the Art the Clown, stuff, and they're singing that Art Clown song.
That's where I thought I heard someone say where he was at.
I'll have to rewatch it again. It kept my interest, which is a plus. Yes, the kills were actually really good because obviously they always do a phenomenal job on the kills. So that's a lot of pluses in there. What would be your negatives with Terrifier 2?
So my negatives with Terrifier 2 is, like I said, the practical effects. I love that they do practical effects in these movies. My only problem is when it is so over the top, it's too comical. It looks fake, and there is kills in this movie that go way, way, way too overboard. And I get that's what they're trying to do. That's the whole thing with Art the Clown is way over the top. To me, it just looks so fake, and you can tell it's fake. That's just where my biggest problem is with movies like this. Like we were talking, you're like, well, you like Halloween Kills because it's over the...
I did say that, yeah.
But the thing is with Halloween Kills is the kills look more realistic because they're not way over the top. That was like my biggest disappointment in this movie is them going way over the top. The runtime, you could have cut out probably 45 minutes of this movie and made it an hour and a half and it would have been fine. Way too many dream sequences. Like, you could have cut some of that stuff out.
You didn't like the sword part?
Oh yeah, the sword part. As soon as
Does it make more sense that I explain it to you?
a little bit, but I'm like, as soon as they showed her sword, I go, this is going to play into the movie. Like they made that sword like a
Oh,
big
obviously,
deal,
yeah.
and I'm like, okay. And then like I could not tell if the whole time, especially like when she gets stabbed, and then the sword gives her magical powers, and she's this badass. I'm like,
Take
is
it the
she?
magical powers.
The hell it didn't. She was getting her ass kicked and she was near death, and all of a sudden the sword brought her back, and then she started whooping Art the Clown's ass.
The sword didn't bring her back. The sword. She was She was dying or drowning or whatever. And went to her dream state, and the premonition. She could foresee stuff or things she dreams of happens. I don't think the sword was magical. I think she envisioned the sword being her dad's, and in her dream state or whatever it was, she dreamt that. So when she came to, she escaped out of the water thing, and then she went and got the sword. The sword wasn't magical after that. I don't think so.
So her being in the water box, was that a dream too? Because
No, I think he really fell. I think she really fell in the water thing, and I think her foot got tangled up. And but I think he pushed her in there to drown because he likes to torture people.
Because I get it, but I'm like, that was where I'm like, so is she dreaming or what?
It was confusing.
Yeah,
It took me a minute to realize. I think when she was dying, she was kind of like in a dream state as she was kind of dying. That the sword was glowing, glue on it. It was glowing, and it was her dad's sword, and it was supposed to be powerful and all this. And I think that kind of brought her to. She came out, grabbed the sword. The sword wasn't lighting up and magical after that. It was only during that little sequence before she escaped. That's my take on it. Hopefully I'm right. Damien, let us know if I'm wrong or not, but that's how I took it.
Okay.
Because it wasn't lit up and magical after that, because Art uses it.
Well, he stabbed her with it first,
Yeah,
and then that's when it all became magical and made her
after
heal.
she fell in the pit and went drowning, then
it became magical. But I'm like,
so it was a dream thing, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I was like, okay, so now...
But it was weird.
It was weird. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden, after she gets healed by her sword and she comes up and then starts kicking Art's ass, I'm like, okay, earlier in the movie, like 10, 15 minutes before this, he's just beating the shit out of her. And all of a sudden, she's fine and kicking his ass. That was where I was confused. I'm like...
I said out loud, must be the fad.
Yeah.
Final ladies getting their ass kicked and just turn around and win and...
No, like, okay, so this is...
Halloween ends.
Yeah, okay.
Was there a flashback between Halloween ends in this movie? I'll say to my part. You go ahead.
Like, okay, with that part, my thing would have been, like, if she was drowning in that water box, if, like, she's seen a vision of her dad, and her dad saying, you're strong, and that, and totally did away with the knife part, like, healing her, like, seeing her dad, like, tell her, hey, you're a strong, woman, and then she comes to and then kicks Art's ass, I would have been okay with that. Just the knife part was, like, way too, but then, like I said, now that I kind of see it, because she said she was taking medicine for her visions and how her dad was kind of seeing stuff too.
Well, she was taking medication, and then her friend put that drug on top of that, so which could have killed her, she said. So, I mean, that could have added to her visions.
But those were the most part, like, my biggest gripes. It's like, what the hell is going on? I'm like especially at the end. And then the whole scene with the lady at the mental hospital giving birth to Art's head. I'm like, what the fuck
That's doing like a Freddy Krueger type thing there.
Oh, here's another thing that was... I don't know what the deal is with Damon Leone's idea of shit jokes.
I knew you were going to say something.
Especially when Art sees the little clown girl, which the little clown girl was freaky as shit when she's in there, but the first thing when they introduce her is she just, like, shits herself. I don't see I don't find that funny. It's kind of like, what's the point? And then him writing art on the wall with shit, I don't find that it's fucking stupid. But
Any more dislikes there?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Okay.
Who would you rank better, Art the Clown or Ghostface? You seem to hate both. Just opinion.
Well, Ghostface is just an idiot. So I mean, what?
I love putting him on the spot.
Yeah, I know.
Just messing with you, man.
Honestly, they're about the same.
Oh,
to be
wow,
honest.
really?
I think. Well, okay, I take it back.
At least Art's the same character.
I don't say I hate Art the Clown. I just don't find Art the Clown that interesting. I get it. I mean, people like that character. I don't get him. It's just not interesting.
That's coming from someone who likes a lot of crazy kills.
Yes.
I'm more of the story kill together type thing. My dislikes. It could have been shorter. They didn't need to have endless killing. There was a story. It wasn't that great a story. So if you're looking for a in-depth story with a bunch of kills, this is probably not. This is just straight kills. It's a fun movie if you just want to watch over-the-top kills. Kills in different ways. The kills were great. There's a lot of over-the-top kills to where they're really over-the-top. He skins the main girl's best friend alive. But I took it as Art knows how to keep people alive so he could torture them. So when the final girl gets stabbed with the sword in her gut, there's only very few places you can survive. The gut, this area, is not one of the areas you would survive normally.
Especially with the size of that knife.
Of the sword. That was huge.
Yeah.
It's like that thick. But it is possible if he stabs her and misses a couple organs, it is possible she could survive that long. Highly unlikely. So the fact that she got stabbed there and survived as long as she did, survived at all, and to quit bleeding, because you would really bleed out that area. That kind of, I didn't like that. But I take it as Art knows how to keep people alive. You can probably be skinned alive and without dying, I'm sure you know how to do it right. So credit to Art the Clown that he knows how to keep people alive while he tortures them, because torture's his thing. You saw torture in the first one, but this one he really likes to torture people. Like, that's his thing. He'll keep you alive and just keep torturing you. That's why I think the final girl went in the water, because what's more, skin alive or drowning. Either way, skin alive is bad, but drowning, not having any breath, that's pretty bad. I wouldn't want that. Not being able to breathe, being asthmatic, yeah, it kind of sucks. So,
what about him using guns again?
I have no problem to use the guns, because a killer, he's not a killer that needs any weapon. He uses anything. He if he wants to kill you, you know what? I'm going to kill you with the cell phone. He's going to kill me with an axe. He's going to kill so and so with something else. That's just how Art is. So I like the fact that he did that. So as far as the gun, I didn't care less about the gun. I do like the fact that he had it at his ankle again for backup, because a smart serial killer has a backup plan as a gun. It's actually pretty genius. A lot of people didn't like that in the first one. They did right off the bat establish she's supernatural, because the first one he gets killed at the end and we're like, what the fuck, he's up now, what the hell? So I like how they take place with that. He's supernatural right off the bat, even though it's not great. It's kind of dumb, but at least he's supernatural. You know he could do crazy things. He's going to get beat down and come back to life.
When he killed the mortician guy and he ripped his eye out and put it in there, I was like, so they stealing that from Leprechaun? And then he drops it on the ground, and then the next thing you know, you see him and he has an eye again. I'm like, so
every movie is a Leprechaun.
Every
movie steals something.
What did he do? Did he just grow one back or what? Or did he pick it back up and stick it back in? It was like, okay. When I seen that, that's what it reminded me of, was in Leprechaun. But then then he dropped it, and I was like, okay. And then you see him, and he's got two eyes again. But, well, it was just weird.
It was a little weird. You have to really pay attention to it, but it wasn't hard to pay attention to. Just like definitely the sword thing. The dream sequences were confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the whole Art song was okay, a little long as far as that, and then he offs everybody in the dream sequence. She establishes that her visions come true, like her bedroom catches on fire. That was it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. The kills, non-stop kills, I still don't like the fact Art don't say anything. I know he's a mute, whatever. I just wish he would grunt, say something. Hopefully the third one he breaks out with the evil talk. We know Howard we know the man that plays Art the Clown can talk, and he can play the voice. I just wish Art would talk. That's a big thing. because the whole mime thing, I killed him. He's like an Italian guy with no tongue. You know, that's a big thing for me. So hopefully the third one's not that long. A little more of a story as far as maybe he'll go after the final girl because he didn't kill her or something. Make it more like an actual story continuance. But yeah, there's an equal good and equal bad. But overall, we'll see if I like the movie or not. I don't know. I mean, I like Art the Clown character. I think it's a good clown character.
Yeah.
I wish he would grunt or something. Like you said, he doesn't. He gets shot, stabbed in the head, and doesn't make even a sound at all. So I don't know if he was born mute or not. So if we could find out whether he was born mute, can't talk at all in the third one, that would be great because that would add a lot to it. And probably I would like that a little better. But
well, and then you said you liked his weapon that he made.
Oh yeah,
and I'm watching it. I'm like, all it is a table leg with some nails and that driven into it. We could make that. All it is a table leg.
That club he made, because I like how he took the nail and kept the flat part of the nail outside.
Yeah.
So it's just a different way of getting stuck in your skin and pulling out. I want that weapon.
I told you we can make one. All this is a table leg.
I want the one from the movie.
Well,
I want an exact replica of the one for the movie, or I want to buy the one from the movie, and it's going to go in my collection. As soon as I saw it, I went, I want that weapon. I posted right away. If we can make one that's a replica close to it, but there's a lot to it if you really look at the weapon.
Well, yeah, he stuck some forks in it, some knives, glass. Like I said, that's all it is a table leg.
Hopefully that's his main weapon, because every killer has to have their own weapon. So I think that'd be kind of cool.
His main weapon is his gun.
That's not his main weapon.
Okay, his backup weapon.
Every weapon's his gun. Or every weapon's a gun. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Every different weapon's his weapon. He doesn't have a particular weapon. So hopefully the club becomes his weapon.
Okay.
Hopefully he goes to the club with the club. You know, and our friend, the selfie guy, was in there briefly, and he didn't die. So I was hoping he'd have a good, cool death or something, but because I never heard how he died. So
yeah,
and he didn't die.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, girl. So shout out to my boy. But yeah, Terrifier 2 as a movie. The first one, what did you rate the first one?
I think I gave it a 2.
I think I gave it a 2 too. What would you rank out of blood drops? Out of 5 blood drops, what would you rank Terrifier 2?
I would give Terrifier 2 3 out of 5 blood drops. This movie is a lot better than the first one. The first one, I was just bored out of my mind. I was just looking at my phone a lot. Yeah. This one, I think I looked at my phone a couple times, kind of towards the middle of the movie. And then I just kind of put my phone down. I'm like, okay, we'll finish watching this. And then I watched it.
They do suck you back in with...
Yeah.
As soon as you go look at your phone, also there's another kill.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd give this one 3 out of 5 blood drops.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3 out of 5 blood drops for me for Terrifier 2. It was good. It had a few things that, but every movie's like that, really. The other thing was the girl. Yeah, she's a cool character, but she's a vision of him.
And she's probably never seen him before. That was like, okay.
Yeah, so I was hoping they would actually have the girl be more like a killer. But how would they work that? I don't know. But, other than that, characters were cool. Yeah, 3 out of 5 blood drops for me, too. The third one, I'm sure, is going to have a lot of killing. But if you want a movie with straight, pure killing, with a little bit of story, this is your movie. I really thought you would like it more. Because you're a killing fanatic. But you're right, it is a little over top. And if you had to be killed by anybody, okay, Michael Myers, Jason, Art the Clown, or Freddy, okay? I got those 4. Freddy, Michael Myers, Jason, and Art the Clown. Would you want to be killed by Art the Clown or the others? Because Art the Clown will keep you alive and fuck you up. Jason and them will just kill you. You want a quick death? You want Art just to fucking peel your skin off?
You alive? I just want a quick death.
I'll say, because Art the Clown will fuck you up.
Yeah.
He when he skins the girl, the friend, and then he comes back and with salt,
and bleach,
and puts it on her.
Yeah.
And then he waits for the mom to have reactions like this. And then finally when the mom screams, when the girl is like shit's alive and gas, and the mom screams, he gets all excited because she screamed and then killed her. So yeah, it's
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Art the Clown's really stepping up there for me. Um, so we'll see how the third one comes out. But anyway, until next time.
Stay bloody.